now. Hi, Samantha.
I know something.
Um, so anyway, so basically the way these calls work, you can either watch, you can join in, but the reason I'm doing these calls, oh, there's Samta. I can see you from here up, Samta.
Hi, something.
You're in
Suzanne.
the multitasking area.
Hi, Martha.
I was sitting in the desk opposite you there during the summer. It's a yeah.
Oh, yeah, in the Enterprise Centre.
I just took it for a week while my kids were in the gymnastics camp.
Cool.
They just saved me having to come back out the road again. But so anyway, so the way these welcome to the call. So basically, I'm just doing these. I'm moving into my Global Online Star brand, which is exciting. And so my mission is to really help people shine. And one of the things that happened to me many, many, many years ago when I was just made redundant. And I went to, I don't know if you know Caroline McDonough, there were these network groups called WIN. Can't remember, it was West Network, something like that. And we used to round robin elevator pitch. And it has always stuck with me. And it was one of the most powerful things that I think I've ever done that helped me, like, as a redundant employee, figure out my next steps, So anyway, so part of these free calls is to help you with your elevator pitch and stepping into, so Global Online Stars is my brand and new program that is coming to help people really go global, go online and really shine as much as they possibly can. And what I believe is that it's taking this time out to actually just be in a space with people that will help you just dream, just go to that next level. So so what we're going to do, if you're up for it, is where you're going to do your elevator pitch, and then we're just going to talk about your global online vision for your business and for yourself. And where else do you get to do that, right? So,
in your head, Martha, in your head.
In your head, but you know what? The power of verbalizing it just puts it out there to the world, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, so Suzanne, do you want to start with your elevator pitch? The thing is that this call as well will also help you. I don't know if you watched the replay from last week, did you? By any chance? No, probably didn't, that's fine. So I give you a little formula. So if you don't have an elevator pitch, we'll also work in it while we're here.
Okay.
Excuse me, sorry, I'm just getting over a little bit of a chest thing. So, Suzanne.
Is that me again?
Pressure.
Okay.
Pressure,
So I've been practicing it, and I'm kind of finding the initial part of it easy to flow because I know who my customers are, which is great. It's that second part I find I go blah, 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 a little bit. So, but if somebody asks me, Suzanne, what do you do? I help professional women and mothers who are struggling with stress and overwhelm from the doing of it all. And together we will empower. No, you see, there you go. Together, working together, will empower you with tools to make choices, change, and to bring confidence and joy back into your life again.
Okay.
Now, how does that sound?
It's a good foundation. So I think the pain point isn't enough. I think you're now focusing on enough of like the impact. We help turn your life around.
Yeah.
I help you, and not even get rid of stress, because honestly I think stress is something that will always be there.
Yeah.
I help you manage stress in a joyful way, or it's I think you need to look at the pain point of your customer more. So the line there that you said, they're struggling with what? You said that again.
Stress and overwhelm from the doing of it all, trying to be all things to everybody.
Yes. Now, okay, there it is.
Okay.
That line is not strong enough.
Okay.
You know, they're struggling with having to do it all. What is the real pain point? They're at their lowest of low and can't cope anymore.
Yeah. So
right?
confidence.
Yeah, so I want you to get into the real wording of their pain point and put that in there, because that line isn't strong enough.
Okay. So it's from the, so I'm trying to, I remember it was me, Martha. I was there, and I like loads of people are there. So it's the
I was there.
Yeah, like a lot of people there. Very much. It's, what wording would I use?
I think you need to sit and look at your profile of your client, and I want you to pick out the number one pain point, at the biggest one.
Okay.
The biggest one, the one that really connects emotionally.
Okay.
And I think when you put that in there, you want someone to go, that's me.
That's me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that it like really connects to their heart.
Okay.
Because do you remember when I did the talk with Galway Network, you said to me, because I did the visualization, you said, I want to work with her.
Yeah. That's right.
Right. So that was what connected us. So what will connect you with your clients, that they go, that's it. You know, that is it.
It's kind of the waking up. It's waking up with the dread of having to do it all again, and how are you going to manage to do it all again? It's
the misery of everyday motherhood life. Right? And it's actually learning it. It's reframing that, so that you actually go, this is a fucking miracle that I can do this every day. It's turning misery to miracle.
Yeah. It's like the grind, the daily grind of it, doing it. And there's pockets of everything is fine, but it's that impact that has on you, your confidence, your identity, your, you know, am I just a mother? Am I just a this? Am I just a career person? Am I guilty? Am I all that brings with it, you know?
Yeah.
So I think the misery of motherhood sounds very, very, it's not all miserable.
No, it's not. But there's times.
Yeah.
Like, it may not be that wording.
Yeah.
Like, there's times when you're in your lowest of low.
Yeah.
You want to just ask some mothers, or ask some of your clients, what is the words that would describe why people came to work with you? What was the problem that came to get solved?
Is it about kind of empowering as well, though? Like, do mums like feel disempowered by what goes on in family life? Because I know I can relate to myself in that.
Yeah.
That actually, because a lot of the stuff that happens is very irrational. When you're interacting with your kids, you know, you're getting involved in conversations that you know, that as an adult, that, in other words, it's like it's being able to kind of stay in your own self and to be in control, and knowing that it's okay to do that you don't have to get into that conversation where you're getting so involved with something that really isn't that rational, and you know it's not, and as a grown-up you know it's not. But to be strong in your stance, that actually to I suppose to help them to react appropriately. Is that a bit of it, or? Yeah,
no, it's just that, but there's the control thing as well. I think sometimes when you try and control things, and that was me again, I remember having all the plates spinning and thinking, you know, this is all working perfectly, and oh God, help us if one of those plates fall, because that's going to have a knock-on effect on something else. So it's allowing, it's letting things happen and not being reactive to things.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Responding to things more, responding to,
that's what I had in my head of what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
And to give yourself permission.
Yeah, and to be okay with that. Yeah. Exactly.
And maybe like taking yourself from last priority to first priority.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so I think go and sit down with your ideal client, take the wording, and then put it into your elevator pitch.
Me, sit down with me, Suzanne.
Yeah. Well, I suppose the ladies I've worked with already have come to me because they're overwhelmed. And once they heard the overwhelm word and they heard my story, they're kind of like, oh yeah, you'll get me.
There you go.
You'll
So
get me.
you didn't have overwhelm, did you, in the pitch?
No.
I don't. Maybe I didn't.
No.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people are feeling that overwhelm. And it's all coming. It's getting too much.
Yeah, and if you go back to all the notes that we took when we were working together, if you go back and take some of that, because overwhelm was, and that's actually the service that you offer.
Yeah.
You know, from overwhelm to confidence.
Yeah.
So put that wording in to your elevator pitch.
Okay.
Okay, and tell me, Suzanne, take a moment and tell us about your global online vision.
My mission, I've realized, Martha, first of all, is to get the message across to people that it is not normal to be stressed all the time. It's not. Yeah. It's not. It's meant to be short term to get you from A to B, and it's meant to switch off again. Okay, yeah. That's I realize that's my mission. If that's
so say that again in one line.
Okay. So to help people understand that it is not, that stress is meant for short-term use only, or that it is not okay to feel stressed all the time. It is not normal to feel stressed all the time.
Okay. And tell me your global online vision for your business.
So my global online, well, first of all, is to get myself clear on my elevator pitch, to reach lots and lots of mums and working mothers like me who are feeling all these overwhelm and stress, and to help them in whatever way that I can.
Okay, so I want you to watch the recording of this.
Okay.
And I want you to clarify the vision part. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So, so I want to help mothers and women around the world reduce stress, increase happiness, and let them know that motherhood can be a happy time and not stressful all the time, or something.
Okay.
So go back and just really just clarify the impact you want to make, the results you want to have, who it is, and the results you want them to achieve.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How does it feel to have done that?
It feels, I thought I had my stuff, but I obviously don't.
So we all have to practice.
But it does feel good. No, it does feel good. It does feel good, Martha. And I just need to get more, like you said, have more of an emotional impact, I think, don't I?
Not even not forced emotion, but
no, a feeling part.
A connection.
Yeah, a connection
to because I tell you, this rebrand that I'm doing it since February. And one of the biggest things that I've done is sometimes just sat on the couch, thinking and connecting to the brand. And this is why I'm actually doing these calls, because these calls are part of my mission. Like there's nothing in these calls, but part of my mission is to help people really shine around the world and to help them light up. Yeah. And these calls are just to facilitate people literally brightening up from the inside out by verbalizing their light and what they're to do.
Yeah.
Right? So one of my things to help you with your mission is, yes, it's all part of the business, but your business is your mission. But there's the profitable part of the business and the mission, but then there's also this part where you're doing it for the mission and not for any other reason. Okay. Right? Because when you connect to your mission like this, I'm writing a blog at the moment, and it's about being self-employed, running a business, and having a mission, and the difference between the three of them. Because I started off as self-employed, just wanting to make money, I'm stepping into running a business properly, because actually I thought I was running a business, and I've recently learned that there's so much that I have to implement to bring it to the next level. And now I'm also incorporating the mission, and the fact that I'm incorporating the mission, oh my God, it is helping me work from a whole new place. It's helping me work from my heart as opposed to my head. And when you run a business like that, wow. Because before, honestly, part of me felt that I was kind of like pushing this boulder up a hill, and that was the business boulder. And it was like, oh, got to do this, got to do that, got to do this. Whereas now, I want to do this. I'm coming to Global Online Stars with such an open heart and open arms that I'm blown away by when you make the feeling and the connection to your business and your mission. You don't come from a place of fear. Visibility isn't an issue because your heart is open and you just want to go out there and do it. So by helping you guys do this, you're not going to have those visibility and fear issues. Well, you might, but they won't be as big.
No.
You know,
and I'm definitely not. I used to be very much fearful of being on camera and all that, but actually, I'm coming from a place of experience and you know that it's been my experience, and I know that there's people out there that are feeling exactly the same.
Yeah.
And they don't know where to turn, and they don't know who to ask for help, and because I don't just coach people, you know, regular coaching sessions, that I use my yoga. That has been, I mean, that's where I can be really open, really free, really, you know, exploring how the whole body talks to you, and the breath, and that's what I bring into the coaching sessions as well. So it's that kind of combination of work that I want to get out as well. It might be a little bit different, and maybe there's other people out there doing something similar, but I suppose because I want to help everybody, Martha, really. I want to help everybody, you know, but I think...
Put that in your global vision. Put that in. I want to help everybody who has this, who support on this. And so after this call, right, I want you to sit down and have a cup of tea, and just green tea or, you know, something nice, and just actually like sit in that feeling and make that connection to wanting to help everybody. And make sure you sit in that connection every day, and you bring that energy to your work and your business, because it will fuel you in a way you'll never have been fueled before, you know. Okay, feeling good?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Samta, darling, come to the stage.
Hold on, I know, scary.
So Samta, tell us, who are you?
Okay, so I'm Samta. My business is Best Practice, and I help GPs to run profitable and successful practices. I help them to work smarter, not harder, and I help them to reduce stress and overwhelm, and allow them to do what they do best, which is to provide excellent patient care to their patients.
Fantastic!
Nice.
You've been practicing something.
I'm impressed.
I really love it. The one part that I would improve on the very end is so that is the impact. I would put in, tell me the last line there you said again, so that they can provide
excellent patient care to their patients. So they could do what they love and do best, which is to look after their patients, I could say, maybe.
Yeah, I think if you can put heart words into the last line, and actually really think about, and maybe talk to one of the doctors, like, and just say, look, you know, when you're focused and when you can really help someone, you know, it could be so that the patient feels really connected to the doctor, so that he's not distracted during a session, so that person leaves feeling really helped, you know. And because when we turn the elevator pitch into really, actually, do you know what, I'm going to change it to an impact pitch. right?
Could it be like that allows you to fully focus on patient care or on caring for your patient?
Yeah, I would just personally, I would try and visualize yourself as the patient. Sorry, Siri just went down there. Visualize yourself as the patient, and just so that the patients really feel cared for. And yeah, I'm not sure, but you get what I'm saying.
Kinda.
Yeah, I think your pitch is fantastic. I think you're so clear on who you are, what you do, what you provide. But what I'm trying to do with this elevator pitch as well is to help you focus not just on your customer, but on the impact of their customers.
Okay.
Because when your customer hears the impact on their customers, they're also going to go, wow, I'd really love that in my business. So you're not just helping them, you're helping their customers as well. So I guess what I'm trying to do is turn this elevator pitch into an elevator pitch with impact, and a real focus on impact. And when we focus on impact, and this is, I suppose, part of my mission, is that I help you do your jobs and ye make a bigger impact out there. And when you work from a place of impact, you're coming from your heart and not your head as much.
Okay.
So
that's really interesting, Martha, because a lot of them kind of say a lot of practices are overwhelmed with patients, and a lot of them are turning people away. But you're right. Ultimately, that is why they do what they do, because they want to be working with patients.
Like I rang the GP yesterday, right? My daughter had these headaches. She never has headaches, and actually, my mother's instinct gut was just like, this isn't right. And so I rang the primary care around the corner from me, and I said, I knew there was a nurse there, and I said, I wonder, could I just go and see the nurse? Could she just get, like, not a doctor checkup, just a medical person looking at her, other than
to triage her, yeah.
And I said, hi, I said, I'm a patient there. I said, I'm just wondering, I said, do you offer a nursing service? No, this is clinical by appointment only. We offer no drop-in service. And I just went, wow. Primary care is in the name of this building, right? And I don't even want to say the words that I said. I was just so pissed off, and sorry, because I'm just getting over this thing myself. And I was so annoyed, because years and years ago I was really sick for a year after a car accident, and one of the big things for me was that what really annoyed me was I felt I was dropped from pillar to post, from one to another. There was no central care person saying, Martha, this didn't work. Let's get you here. Let's do this. There was no one really over my overall care, only myself. And I had to learn that you have to be really managing your own care.
If you can, yeah.
If you can. And I was out of work for a year. I couldn't walk. It was just terrible. And I really I had a vision. I said, why isn't a general practitioner acting as what they should be? And this is probably why I'm a little bit, I've been through a lot of that on the other side of doctors. And I would really love if they could be general practitioners and have so much care and focus wrapped in you.
I think they'd love it too.
I think they would, and I would love
it. But there's so many obstacles being thrown their way, like in terms of free GP care, chronic care programs, GPs retiring right, left, and centre. A huge amount of bad press. They suffered a lot of cuts under the financial emergency measures throughout the recession. So there's a huge amount of underlying stress there anyway.
Okay, so I want you to hear these words that you're saying. The great thing about these calls is the verbalization. They're the underlying stress and the overwhelm.
Yeah.
So we help you to reduce the underlying stress and the overwhelm, so that you can be the doctor. You can be the doctor for the reasons you became a doctor, to care for the people who turn up in your practice.
Yeah.
With I was going to add on a big piece there with the focus on them and not on running your business. Something like that. I think listen back to this and just listen to the words that you're vocalizing, because that's really where it's going to come out, you know.
No, you're absolutely right. You've hit the nail on the head, and I will listen back, because I do know that, because ultimately the only reason they get frustrated and why there is all this underlying stress is because they care.
Yeah.
Totally. They genuinely do, and they want to be able to advocate for their patient. They shouldn't have to advocate at the level that that they're doing at the moment, because the demand on their services is so high now. But then there's the responsibility on kind of having the staff being able to deal with yourself. You know, if you're a patient, or your daughter is a patient, so that when you call up, that you have expectations, and a lot of staff aren't trained even to deal with that.
Just, do you know what? It was her wording.
Yeah,
it was like, if you don't have an appointment, we don't care about you. You know.
Yeah, and that's what I heard too.
The thing is, you can't get sick by appointment. I'm afraid it doesn't work.
No, I know, and the situation that you experience is shared by so many as well, and I do know that.
Yeah.
And as you say.
Yeah. So so just take some time after the call, watch the recording. I'll send it.
Yeah.
Probably send it out by the So the next part then, Assumpta, for you is, what is your global online vision for your business? Sure.
I think my vision is to streamline processes in healthcare, so that healthcare professionals can concentrate on what's most important. That would be my main thing, to look at how the processes and structures are at the moment are so off kilter, but I would love to see it streamlined so that patient care can become the focus, as opposed to.
And why is that important to you?
I think it's important to me because of my own personal experiences when I've been involved in healthcare, whether it's me or a loved one, when they've been in the system, just like you explained yourself, where you didn't feel that you were being cared for. So I think that every patient has the right to feel cared for, and I think.
Perfect.
My global vision is that every patient around the world feels cared for.
Yeah.
And my global vision is to help doctors implement systems so that every patient around the world feels cared for, and that the health system in their local area is transformed. No, my global vision is to help doctors around the world implement systems so that every patient will feel cared for. Something like that.
That sounds phenomenal.
Actually, we're going to add in one more line. My global online vision for my business is to help doctors around the world implement systems, reduce overwhelm, so that they can be the doctor they wanted to be, and that every patient feels cared for.
Wow, that actually makes me quite emotional.
Yeah.
This is why we're here.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't even write it down. I actually feel quite emotional.
And this, honestly, this is why we're doing this call, to help you to connect with the mission. And when you connect with that mission, you're going to run this business in a whole. Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
Wow. Hug, Assumpta, a virtual hug.
Wow.
Tell us why is it making you emotional?
I think that I've been digging for this for a long time, this real core why I do what I do.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Oh, we're sending you a hug from me and Suzanne. Big virtual hug.
I can't believe that just happened.
That's okay. Because you see, this is why, honestly, and this is, do you know what? Every time I do these calls, I actually get reaffirmed that I'm doing the right work. And And we all want to connect into why we're here, why we're on the earth, why are we doing the work we do. And like I think you just realized what your global mission is and the impact that you, Assumpta, are going to have, and the potential impact that you will have globally. And the other thing that I want to help you guys do here as well is that as we step more into our own mission, sometimes these shoulders feel not strong enough to take it. They go, oh my God, who am I to do this? Who am I to step into this light? Who am I to like have this amount of impact globally? And as Marianne Williamson says, who are you not to? But it's helping you grow into that strong person who, you don't have to do it on your own. It's making that, I don't know if you're spiritual or not, but knowing that there's support there daily for you in all angles, universally, and also here channeling in the technology of Zoom. Fantastic. Yeah. So wow.
Words are powerful, aren't they? I mean, even just they hit you really there, Assumpta, didn't they?
Yeah.
When Martha said it and when you said it as well, it's like boom.
Yeah.
Do you ever work in hospitals, Assumpta? Are you just primary care?
I suppose I'm kind of specializing in primary care, but it's a bigger vision for me.
Yeah, because it's just it's amazing how we're even on this call together, Assumpta, you and I, because I would have worked in hospitals in my previous job, so I know kind of and primary care.
Yeah.
But I've just had an experience recently there. My dad was up with me. He cut his hand. He was minding my kids a couple of days ago, and he was building something at the back, and he cut his hand. So we had to go into the hospital here, and he had to be seen by A&E, which was awful, plastics, outpatients, the whole lot. And he was up yesterday for his outpatients appointment, and everything was fine. He said it was great. It wasn't too much a delay, but he said at the end, he said, "Why don't they smile? Why don't they smile?" And I was like, "What do you mean, Dad? They're busy." He said, "I know they're busy," he said, "and everything was fine, but he said, nobody smiled at me. I was literally just a number." And he said, and my dad would be very much, he's a hugger, he's very emotional, he's very connected. But he just said, "Why don't they smile?" I didn't feel like I was just a patient. I was just another person with the torn tendon in the finger, and it was tick and go. And he said it was a young doctor that looked after him, and he said, lovely guy, but he said he never once looked at me. He never once smiled at me. So I kind of said, well, they're under pressure, they're busy, but I said that still doesn't lend itself to not even smiling at somebody or saying good morning. I don't even think he used his name. It was very much in and out. So it's that connection with people. I think no matter what business you're in, if you don't have that connection with somebody, that eye contact and that good morning and that civility and manners.
Yeah, and it means so much to a person.
So much.
Yeah, it does. It means so much to a person.
And people can see that when they don't have a lot of time, they can see that. But when you say hello to somebody and smile and eye contact, then there's your connection straight away. That's all.
Yeah, and it's so simple. It's so simple.
And I think, no more than what we're doing here, possibly part of what you can do is help staff have their own mission, their own mission statement within their job. They may not have a business, but they might have a mission statement for what they want to achieve and how they want to do it. And they've probably never even thought about that.
Yeah.
So you could do something similar with staff training. What's your mission within your role? And what's your vision for how you want, your part of the bigger mission?
Yeah.
To actually, so with every mission, everyone has a role,
No, I agree.
So I'm delighted for you, Assumpta. Breathe it out.
That's never happened to me before, ever.
Oh, that's okay. That's
yeah. No, it's phenomenal, because actually I was at an event yesterday. It was run by the Empower program that I participated in, and it was about finding your voice. And there was just something missing. There's been something missing for me for since I started, really.
Mm.
And people would often say, "Oh, why do you do what you do?" Oh, whatever. But anyway, at the event yesterday, there was one lady in the group, and she created furniture for like bespoke furniture pieces that have a meaning for somebody.
Mm.
And so we were broken into groups of five, and we all fed back to each other. But the facilitator came over while she was doing her thing about why she cared about her business, and she said, "Well, I care because it makes people happy, and when they see the finished product, and they have some sort of a connection with it." And so the facilitator goes, "So why do you care?" And she goes, "Well, because it makes them smile and they're happy, and I've done something. But why do you actually care about it, though?" And she kept pushing, and she kept pushing, and she kept pushing, and it went so deep into her core. It was crazy, because she talked about a time when she felt disconnected from where she came from, and having something that brought her closer to her culture really deep down had a profound effect on her, and she was really, really emotional. But when it was the first time that I ever, because I've heard it so many times over and over again, that never happened to me, that your why should make you cry. And I've heard it so many times, and I'm like, I haven't got it. Maybe I'm not doing the right thing. Maybe I'm not, following my right course in life. I think that was the first time in my life that I kind of went, God, my mission. What is my mission? Wow. And I think that's why it was so profound for me. That, yeah.
Oh, I'm blown away, and I'm so happy for you, Sumta, because I know myself that I think everyone once they make the connection to their mission, and it can be hard. The thing is that you don't need to have a mission when you start off initially. I know I didn't. My mission was just to make money and be a mother.
Yeah.
And to actually not go back to corporate. That was my mission, right?
Yeah, and that's part of the mission too.
Yeah, and that's what, that's fine. You don't have to. I was listening to the amazing Elizabeth Gilbert. I don't know if you've ever read any of her books.
Yeah.
And I was listening to one of her books during the summer, and she said, you don't have to have a mission. If you don't have a mission initially, that's okay. Be curious. Be curious. So for anyone who's watching this and watching the recording afterwards, don't be like down on yourself if you don't have a mission yet. Like, I'm doing this 10 years, and here's the thing, and I'm going to admit this, because the mission of Global Online Stars for me is connected to when I was small, and I still do it. I waved to this old man this morning. It was so cute. I was out for my walk this morning. There was an old man. He's just looking out the window, and I just looked over and went, and I was just like, I just said, I hope he's a nice guy and he meets other people and connects, So when I was small, I used to always make these wishes for people as I go about my whatever 10-year-old life, and it has been haunting me my whole life. And I kind of went, that's just kid stuff. That's just, and it was like literally I've taken 8 months to really build this Global Online Stars brand. And it kept going back for me to that story of when I used to make wishes and prayers for people. And if I saw a penny on the ground, I'd leave it there. And I said, someone might need that later, right?
Wow.
And someone who really needs it. And when I connected with this, I thought, okay, this is not going away. And there was part of me that felt, really, is this really a mission? And then I just realized, what if I embraced it? What if I did it globally? What if I helped people online around the world? And then I just felt, my heart exploded. And I said, sugar, this is going to keep chasing me until I do something with it. So it's just like, sometimes it could be the smallest of things from your past, from your childhood, that is, and like that, you might need to, and this is why you need to verbalize it, because as you said, Suzanne, at the start, we all do it in our head, but the words don't come out. And when you hear the words back, and when you get an opportunity like this to watch a recording, it's magic, Okay, ladies. Okay, so we're going to bring this session to an end, I think, and the energy feels right. So thank you for joining me. Global Online Stars is a brand, it's a mission. There's the free group, which is Global Online Stars Network. And I'll share the link with that. The program that we're doing is starting on the 7th of October, and that is literally to help you expand your business online, and to bring this mission that you're doing to a bigger stage and audience. So for today, thank you for joining me. Thank you for
Thanks, Martha.
Just turning up and to shine brighter, and to commit to doing that. Because once you shine to a brighter level, you can't dim yourself down.
No.
So it's only brightening yourself up. It's turning the knob up to the next level. So so I'm actually doing this again tomorrow. This is so much fun. I love doing this. And so you can turn up again tomorrow if you want, and you can practice again tomorrow. So have a fantastic day. I think both of you go and have a nice herbal and sit down and just do a bit of journaling.
Thanks a million, Martha.
Thanks.
Are you sending a link for the recording?
I will. It will take me a little bit of time to upload.
No problem. Yeah.
You'll get it by the end of this evening, I'd say.
Brilliant. Okay, thanks again. Thank you.
Have a shining day.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.